Went up to Vegas, and we would get the chip from the table. We took it back to my garage, and we broke it down. We broke it in half, tried to see what was contained inside the chip.
Casino chips are made out of clay, sand, and other earthen metals that are heated to extreme temperatures and pressed into shape. Morikawa and the crew start trying to replicate them.
We were trying to make our own chips from scratch, from different clays, injecting metals, and trying to get it that weight. It was hard. It was really hard.
In order to pass, the fake chips must have the same weight, feel, and the hollow sound that real chips make when they're dropped. The team do their own sound tests. This is the real chip, and this is the imposter.
The chips that we made from scratch, it would be like a heavy thud. And so we knew it was going to work.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Weeks go by. The team still hasn't created a chip that will work. Discouraged, several crew members bail. Now, it's just Morikawa and Lewis, but they're not ready to give up. Together, they spend hours studying the chips from the Green Valley Ranch Casino. Each denomination has its own colors. The $100 chip is black and gray, and the $1 chip is gray and teal. Morikawa suddenly realizes it would be easier to modify a chip than to create one from scratch. It's a huge breakthrough.
So I grabbed a Sharpie pen, and I just was like, well, we just need to paint black.
It looks like they can take $1 chips and convert them into $100 chips with a little effort. First, they must remove the $1 inlay from the center.
We tried heating it up to pull it off. Heating it up would bend the chip, so we would put it in boiling water, and it would penetrate the inlay.
The 212-degree water leaves the chip unharmed, but softens the inlay, allowing them to easily pull it off. Next step, duplicating the black and gray shades of the $100 chip.
We would get our paints from an art supply store. We would sit there and just mix the colors, blend them in, and then put it on the real chip, and then wait for it to dry. And we both look at it under light, outside, different types of light, and then make sure the color matched to a T. It was very, very, very close.
Then it's on to the painting. They start with the gray color of the accent stripes, known as pips. Using an airbrush, they cover the entire chip.
It had to be a light spray, which an airbrush spray is really light.
Once the paint dries, they block out the pips with painter's tape. Then airbrush everything else black. When the tape is removed, the colors on the counterfeit chip mirror the authentic one.
Eric Morikawa and Jeremy Lewis really did a good job at matching the colors, and that's not easy to do because the colors are always very unique. You can't do it perfectly. They didn't do it perfectly, but they got them very close.
Once the color's in place, the next step is creating the phony $100 graphic inlay. They scan a real one into a computer, then print it on clear plastic to give it a glossy look. Then the plastic is glued onto a white backing made of bumper sticker paper.
You'd run the inlays through kind of like a pasta roller, and the new inlay would fit perfectly inside the chip.
The chip is ready, except for one crucial detail.
If you were to run this chip underneath the black light, you'll see a glowing top hat and a cane, and that's one of their security features. I went out and got the same color ink in a pen form, and we would color the top hat and cane in there. And we had a black light set up, so we'd check, position. They're random, so we just put it on there. And as long as it showed something underneath the black light, it would pass.
After a month of work, they finally have 3 $100 counterfeit chips.